Matthew chapter 5, verse 10 through 16. 6 verses. If you will stand with me for the reading of the word, I'll read it and then we'll go over it and see what God says. Blessed are you. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake, for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, or if the salt has lost its flavor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, or rather under a bed, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of the word. You may be seated in the Lord's presence. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake, for the name of Jesus' sake. Rejoice when men persecute you and revile you and say all manner of evil against you. Rejoice when they do it falsely, and be exceedingly glad because of this, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but is cast out and trodden under the foot of men. The Bible declares also that you were, in 1 Corinthians, that you were in God before the foundation of the world in the book. He also declares that in the book of Jeremiah that before you were formed in the womb, I knew you.
That's right.
Before you came forth from out of the womb, I ordained you.
That's right.
So what God is saying is that before you were even close to your mother, you were already close with me. And that I have precedence over the relationship, which is the deepest relationship one could ever have, is with their own mother. But I knew you before you was formed in the womb of your mother.
That's right.
And the precedence of my knowledge in you and your knowledge in me that has not yet been revealed is closer in the earth than you can be with anybody you could ever get close to. Mm-hmm. That your relationship with God tops every relationship.
Amen.
Even the relationship with your children.
That's right.
The relationship with your mother and with your father can never top the relationship with you and God. God has ordained you to bring forth fruit. The book of John declares that he has ordained you to bring forth fruit.
Amen.
So what the Lord is sharing with us today is that you're going to be persecuted when you let your light shine. Mm-hmm. When you do good for others and help others and do righteousness for others, you are living in a realm and in a world that condemns righteousness. Look at your master Jesus. A perfect man.
Amen.
Who loved his enemies and blessed them that cursed him and did good to those that hated him and prayed for those that despitefully used and persecuted him, came unselfish sacrificially to die not only for the good people, but for the bad people too. And all they can do is condemn him for righteousness. His light shined so bright that there were haters in the midst that said, I know that my light can never shine that bright. I need to shut his light down because it's making me look bad when I want to look good.
That's right.
And that's what happens when you begin to shine your light. And what God wants you to know today is that you are the salt of the world. Jesus went out and preached on the mountain to the people and told them that you are the salt of the world. And I'm telling you today that you are the salt of the world. Salt brings change.
That's right.
Salt makes better.
That's right.
I know Brother Carlos just got a grill. If you cook that food on that grill and don't put no salt on it, it ain't going to taste good. Chicken tastes bad without salt. Ribs taste bad without salt. Anything pretty much that you cook and eat, any type of meat, even seafood, if you ain't got no seasoning on it, it ain't even no worth it to barbecue.
That's right.
What good is a barbecue without salt? You are the salt of the world. Jesus is saying that the world is here, but it's blind.
That's right.
The world is blind.
That's right.
And I have put you and brought you forth into the world so that you can be the salt of the world.
Amen.
But when you begin to bring change, like salt brings change on meat, it's change for good.
Right.
You will have men that will revile you and persecute you because they can't do the good that you do, and the best thing that they can do is try to shut you down and remove your salt. And what we do is we get to a place where we're tired and we don't want no conflict. We don't want to conflict with nobody.
Right.
We tired of conflict, and what we do is we cause our salt or to lose its flavor so that there won't be no conflict. Because what salt does is salt brings change to everything. It brings change not only to the meat that's on the grill, but the smell and the aroma of the environment in which the meat is being cooked.
That's right.
It makes it smell good. Cook some meat without no seasoning on it and see how it smells. It stinks. Put some salt on it. It turns it into a whole nother basis. So wherever you go on your job, wherever you go in the highways and in the byways, God has ordained you and called you to be the salt of your environment. To bring change to your environment. But blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. If you're in Jesus, you're going to bring salt to the situation. Salt brings change. God has put the salt in you. You were born with the salt. It's the salt that's in you that has kept you alive this far. It's the salt that is in you. You were in God before the foundation of the world. You were ordained to go forth and bring forth fruit unto Him. And the enemy is trying to say, if you bring salt on the situation, it's going to bring change and people are going to look at you and persecute you. And after a while, we get tired of being persecuted. We get tired of rocking the boat. But God has called you to rock the boat and not be tired. Jesus is saying that the salt loses flavor. If you're tired of being persecuted for righteousness' sake, we have a tendency to hide from persecution, and we say we're not going to make no waves today. We're just going to flow through the day and not make any waves and take it easy and not be persecuted today and not be talked about today and just smile and not make any waves. And we see problems all around us, and we got the salt, but we don't want to put no salt on it because we don't want to make no waves. And you have to be careful because the enemy will bring us to the point where we don't want to bring change because we know they're already talking about us. They're already judging me.
Right.
They're already saying and put me in a box and saying this is the type of person that person is. They think they're all good, but look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do? We say, all right, we ain't going to make no
Right,
waves today.
right.
I'm tired of being falsely accused. I'm tired of being talked about. I'm just not going to bring no salt on the situation. Because what the salt does is the salt stirs up. The salt brings change. The salt brings resolution. The salt brings resolve. If you light it up with the salt, things change.
Mm-hmm.
You say, I ain't going to bring no salt to the situation there. I just want a smooth day. I don't want to be talked about no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of people judging me. I'm tired of people speaking against me. That's not who I am, and they saying that I'm that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bring no salt on. And so Jesus is saying, be careful, because if the salt loses its flavor, where is it going to go to get more salt for itself? Salt is salt.
Mm-hmm.
If the salt is untasteful, where is it going to get salted?
Right.
It is thrown out and trampled under the foot of men. And what he's saying is that if you hide your salt and no longer be salty, which changes the environment that you're in, and yeah, it's going to change the environment for good, but they're going to talk about you. They're going to come against you. They're going to come against your character and who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to keep throwing salt.
Amen.
You got to keep changing the environment. Don't cause your salt to lose its savor for fear of what people are going to continue to say about you.
Amen.
There's a word that says you're darned if you do, and you're darned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's the salt that has kept them from devouring you in the first place. And if you begin to hide your salt, the devourer will be imminent.
Mm-hmm.
You may as well keep throwing your salt. That's what protects you. That's what strengthens you. That's what has kept you on your job. That's what has kept you strong. It's your salt that has got you up out of the bed, even though everything is coming against you. It's the salt that has got you up out of the bed and gave you the desire to get to work and get up and go forward. And without the salt, life is boring. Because God has put it in your power to bring change in your life.
Amen. Amen.
And those that don't have the power to throw salt and to savor the meat and to savor the things that are coming, those that don't have salt to be problem solvers, they are the ones that are going to hate you and despise you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for the name of Jesus, who is the source of your salt.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Ain't no need to put it away for the time of peace. It's a trade. Do I give and continue to change the environment with the gift that God has given me? Or do I just put it away for the time of peace because I'm tired of being talked about? I'm tired of being persecuted falsely. I'm tired of people looking at me thinking that I'm acting like I'm better than everybody else. Do I just put it away and hide it and no longer fulfill my purpose for the sake of everybody that's coming against me? Because if you lose the savor, they're going to really trample over you and really beat you down.
Mm-hmm.
And devour you.
Mm-hmm.
It is your salt that protects you. It is your salt that gets you in trouble. It is your salt that gets you out of trouble. You ain't got no choice but to keep sprinkling it.
Amen.
Wherever you go.
Amen.
There's no way out. Amen?
Amen.
Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. For great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its flavor, by what shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and trodden under the foot of men. Now get this one. You're not only the salt, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
You are the light of the world.
Amen.
Me? Yeah, you. What's in you has the power to bring change.
Amen.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Amen.
Jesus understands that you're going to go forth and you're going to have the characteristics and the abilities of God within the confines of you. And naturally, you'll begin to shine light upon situations and circumstances and upon people that are broken and distraught and discombobulated. And other people will be around watching your light shine and begin to despise you. And what he's saying is, you cannot hide your light because of what people think about you.
That's right. Amen.
You are a city that is set on a hill for a reason and a purpose to the glory of God, who have ordained you to bring forth fruit. There is no reason to take your light and hide it because of what people are saying about you. That's what he's saying.
Amen.
It's the enemy's job to discourage you. It's the enemy's job to say, stop shining your light. They're going to fire you. Stop shining your light. They're going to get you out of here. Stop shining your light. It's going to mess you up. Stop. Now even the boss of bosses is looking at you. Stop shining your light. You're messing up. You're stirring up too much. You're doing too much. I'm just being myself. Stop being yourself. That's what his job is, to keep you discouraged, to keep you hiding your light, because he wants you to be like hiding your light. So that in having that mentality, he's attempting to train us. He tries to train us that if I stop shining my light, then people won't judge me so much.
Right.
If I stop shining, if I hide my light, then people won't despise me so much. If I stop shining my light and just hide my light, it'll be a peaceful day at the job. God ain't called you to no peaceful day. He called you to let your light so shine. You are ordained to let your light shine.
Amen.
It is the light of your life that God has put in you that will make you successful. It is the light that he has given you that will bless you, that will bless others around you. If you stop shining your light, how is it that you're going to continue to live? It's a trade. Do I stop shining my light so I can have peace in my life when people judging me? Or do I keep shining my light and let them judge me? Well, if you stop shining, they really won't devour you. Because you've given up the source of your strength, which is the light of God.
Amen.
That is put down on the inside of you.
Amen.
You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Stop hiding your light. Let it shine.
Yes.
If they're going to fire you, let it shine.
Amen.
If they're going to come against you, let it shine. If they're going to hate you, let it shine. Why? Because it's your light that's going to determine your course. If they fire you, that's because God has allowed that to come. One door shut and the other door opens. It's your light that's going to direct you and bring you to the places that God would have you to go.
Amen.
It is your light that sets your path. It is your light that keeps the devil at bay. It is your light that keeps the people around you blessed. It is your light that keeps your enemies at bay. And if you hide your light, here they come. Where your power at now? I'll give you an example. Samson had a secret in the covenant with God. Our covenant and our secret with God is our light to let it shine.
Amen.
Our light is the covenant of God. The covenant of God is love.
Amen.
Our light, the switch of our light, you can't turn a flashlight on unless you hit the switch. Love turns it on. And the world is attempting to get you to turn your light off. I can't afford to turn my light off. I'm too far out of the boat. The Lord told me, I told Lord, if that be you, let me come out there, let me get out there. I'm too far out of the boat to shut my light down. I done ran into some head-on collisions with my light. But I know it's the right way because it's the light that God has ordained me to shine.
Amen.
I got some haters. People don't like me because of my light. But what if I walk through life shut down without a word to say? What if I walk through life shut down with no light and no characteristics of anything and just walk blankly in the earth? What will they say about me then? They're going to make up their own thoughts about you. They're going to have you in their own box of who you are and what you are and how you are. And all of them will be wrong about you. It's better to shine your light.
Amen.
And be justified by God.
Amen.
You are the light of the world.
Amen.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. You are supposed to shine. Shining hurts, because God gets all the glory.
That's right.
The candle burns, but it's burning. It's bringing forth pain. The wax is melting.
Right.
The string is being consumed.
Right.
But it is giving light. The candle is unselfish.
Right.
The candle knows that it is being consumed. That the string in the middle of the wax is burning away and the wax is going down. But it ain't worried about itself. Its desire is to bless all who's in the midst of itself.
That's right.
It is unselfish.
That's right. Amen.
God is saying, don't hide what I've given you,
Yes.
but light it up.
Amen.
Don't look at yourself the way the people look at you who judge you and despise you and hate you for your life. You can't afford to look at and see yourself the way that people see you that judge you. Shine your light. Get it out from under the bed and light it up.
Amen.
Every circumstance and situation that arise in your life, light it up and see the blessings of the Lord reign through your life. When God blesses you, He doesn't bless you externally and put a bunch of external stuff outside of you and say, here you go. What God does is He bless you in here.
Amen.
And then the blessing goes from in here to out there.
Amen.
It is the light that is keeping you alive.
Amen.
It is the light that is sustaining you. It is the light that heals us from our own infirmities. It is the light that heals us from our own sicknesses. I know for myself that I should have been dead and 6 feet under a long time ago. But there's a light inside of me that I have to keep on letting shining so that it can bless me and bless those around me.
Amen.
Let your light so shine.
Yes, Lord.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under the bushel, but on a candlestick, and give light unto all. That means that there's no need for you to let your light shine over here. Be like a, what they call them lizards, yellow monsters, chameleon. A lot of people have chameleons.
That's right.
We want to be Christian, what they call them, weekend warriors. National Guard.
Right.
I ain't no National Guard. I ain't no weekend warrior. I'm a Christian yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forever.
Right.
I'm full-time service.
That's right.
For the Most High God.
Amen.
We have to let our light shine at all times.
That's right.
On the job, in the highways, and in the byways, we let our light shine. Continue to let it shine. There are going to be people that come against your light. There are going to be people that come against you because of your light. You're going to hear things that people say about you that's not true because of your light. I'm going to tell you something about your light. Your light will always be brighter than you. Your light will always be more anointed than you as a person. Your gifts is your light. And your light will always supersede your character. But so what? Keep shining. People will attempt to figure you out. But the more you shine your light, the more your life becomes a mystery. Where people can't figure you out and put you in a box. Because the light don't come from you and it don't come from this world, but it comes from a place that dwells in God Himself. Amen. And you were ordained to shine your light before this world ever began. Amen. And because you were ordained to shine your light before this world ever began, that means that your light has precedence and more power over any circumstance that this world can bring. Your light has precedence over any circumstance, any situation, any problem. Your light has power over it. Amen. Because it's before this world began. It was in you. You were in God. before the world began. You were already in him and ordained to go forth and bring forth fruit unto God. Amen. And you do it by your life. Your life will get you in trouble, and your life will get you out of the same trouble. Look at Samson. He went around overtaking the Philistines, a stronghold that nobody in Israel could take. Samson had power. Everybody believed Samson had yokes and had guns, had 20s on both sides and had guns. Samson was a little man. But he had a gift from God, and he had a covenant with God. That you shall be a Nazarite from birth. You should drink no wine, neither shall you cut your hair, and I will keep my covenant with you. And if you don't cut your hair, you're always going to prosper. That was his covenant with God. That was his life. And he brought forth agitation unto the Philistines, and he brought forth blessings unto the Israelites. And the Israelites, because of his greatness, sold him out to the Philistines. Because they knew that they themselves could not make it without Samson, and they despised his life. His own people despised his life and came to him and said, look, you are making trouble for us with our enemies. You know that they are stronger than us. Yeah, but they're not stronger than the light of Samson, but yet they are stronger than us. And he said unto them, because he loved them, he said, go ahead and just tie me up. You want me to put my light away? Tie me up. And tie me up and give me to them so that you can have peace. And the Bible declares that they tied Samson up. He let them tie him up because nobody minded him. He was powerful. Right. And they took him to a cart, bound up over to the Philistines, and said, here, we don't want to fight y'all no more. Take him. Sold out their own brother, their own deliverer. And the Bible said that the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson, and the rope was like wax, and he just broke them off, and he dogged the Philistines. He couldn't help but to shine his light. Right. He couldn't help it. He couldn't get political and say, all right, he tried to get political. And he said, just bound me up and give me to him. I'll be right with you, and I'll be right with them, and let them do to me what they want, and you guys won't be mad at me no more. Go ahead and bind up my life. But when the Spirit of the Lord has ordained you to shine light, can't nobody put your light out. Can't no circumstance put your light out. You can be broke as all outdoors. And I'm going to tell you something. Your light will pick you up. Your light will strengthen you. Your light will restore you. The light that is inside of you, which is Jesus Christ. Not to me light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. And he giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men. Look at what he said. Let it shine in front of men. I know they talk about you. I know they judge you. I know they're thinking that you're self-righteous. Let it shine. Amen. Let your light so shine before men. Amen. That they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. If you find yourself in a circumstance, in a dire circumstance where things are not going right and it feels like you're discombobulated and you're hurt, and we've all been there, light it up. It's in you. The solution is in you. Amen. The solution to the problem is in you. Yes. Because Jesus is in you. That's right. The solution to the problem is in you. He has put you here as an agent of the kingdom of heaven. That's right. When problems and circumstances, God works through people, and Satan works through people. That's when the Satan people get working through and they start working through him, all you got to do is allow the light to shine through you, and light is greater than darkness. Yes, it is. Amen. The light shine no darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. That's right. Your survival kit was with you when you were born. It was actually implemented in your spirit before you were formed in your mother's womb. Before you came forth from out of the womb, it was implemented in you to shine your light. Amen. Don't lose your flavor because of what people's thinking about you. Don't put your light under a bed when it's supposed to be up and shining throughout the room. When we drive a car, what you do? You can't drive at night without your lights. That's right. And you got to be like that car. Wherever you go on that road, I'm going to light it up. Wherever I go on the road, it's got to be lit up. There's something about light that causes people, your light will cause people to do one or two things. It will cause them to either be attracted to you, or it will cause people to repel from you. It will cause people to come closer to you, or it will cause people to hate you and to talk about you and to ridicule your name behind your back and to say all manner of evil of you falsely for your Jesus' name's sake, for the light that's already down on the inside of you.
Amen.
Don't get tired of shining your light because of what men think about you.
Amen.
When God delivers you, the first thing he do is he delivers you from people, from what people think. You can't be worried about what people think and shine your light.
Amen.
Your light has to be first priority and foremost, because it's the very thing that's sustaining you today. It's the very thing that has kept you alive thus far.
Amen.
And it's not designed only to keep you alive, but to bring life to your environments. Whatever environment you go, let your light shine.
Yes. Amen.
If you see a circumstance, circumstances knock our light down. There are three different types of lights. You have the sunlight, which is natural light. You have artificial light, which is this light in here. Synthetic light. And then you have the light of God,
Amen.
which is inside of you.
Yes.
Circumstances will cause you to become darkened with it. And that's not the purpose of God for you.
Amen.
Look what he says, and I'm going to shut it down. I want you to hear what the Lord is saying when men revile you. All of us want to be accepted.
Amen.
But it's going to hurt when people revile you. It hurts when people talk about you. It hurts when people miscategorize you and when people judge you. It's a pain in there.
Amen. It is.
And he says in verse 11, blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake, or rather for the light that's in you that you're allowing to shine. But he's saying that's a bad circumstance. Revile you, persecute you, say all manner of evil against you falsely. That hurts.
Amen.
I'm keeping it real. It hurts.
Yes, it does.
It hurts when people do that. But he's saying you're blessed when that happens.
Come on.
And now he's saying when the dark circumstances come, verse 12, rejoice. So he's saying he almost wants you to be schizophrenic. Because you are not conforming to the circumstance. But rather because the circumstance is bad, you are getting more rejoiceful. It's like a schizophrenia. The circumstance is bad. Everybody on my job hates me because I tried to glorify your name and I let my light shine. Now they all judging me. He's saying rejoice.
Amen.
And the worse it gets, the gladder you get. That's light.
Yes, it is.
In the time of darkness.
That is like,
And be exceeding glad when the circumstance get rough. Allow it to shine brighter. And it's the light that's going to bring you to the place you need to be. It's the light that's going to give you the proper friends. And it's the light that's going to repel the people that don't even need to be around you. It is the light.
amen.
It is your source. It is Jesus Christ in you, the hope of God,
Yes.
coming out of you and blessing the environment.
Amen.
So when it seems dark, that's when you let your light shine bright.
Yes.
Don't think like they think about you, what they think about you. That's falsehood. Let it shine. Rejoice and be exceeding glad. For great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. The prophets which were before you had a light. Jeremiah had a light. You're still reading about him to this day. Isaiah had a light. You're still reading about him to this day.
Yes.
Ezekiel had a light. You're still reading about him to this day.
Amen.
Abraham had a light. You still read about him to this day. And Jacob had a light. You still read. God is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. He dwells in the light. Hallelujah.
Amen.
So it's time, your time. Abraham is gone. Isaac is gone. Jacob is gone. Peter is gone. Paul is gone. Matthew is gone. Mary is gone. Mary Magdalene is gone. They have come and they have shined their light. They are gone. This is your season to shine your light.
Amen.
For your God.
Amen.
And he's got a book that you are reading.
That's right.
Amen?
Amen.
Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you. Thank you for your word, Lord. God, we ask that you give us the fortification, the joy of people when people reject us, the joy, God, the rejoicing to be exceedingly glad upon the rejection of men who reject our light. For we understand that our light is our source, our light is our life. It is you in us, the hope of glory. Father, we ask that you grant unto us the strength to shine our lights. It is not given to us to determine or to choose where we shine our light, but that we are to shine it at all times and in all places.
Yes.
Father, we ask that you will open the heaven unto us at all times, that we may have the strength to do those things that are good and pleasant in your sight. Bless us now. Let this word resonate. Let it sow in.
Yes, Lord.
And God, bring it out even more as we continue in the scriptures during the week. In Jesus' name we pray.